Hollywood Unlocked owner and CEO Jason Lee is under fire for allegedly using $50,000 of city funds without permission. Not only that, Kelly Clarkson's ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock, has passed away at the age of 48 years old after a years-long battle with cancer.
Here we go now.
Welcome back to the Kempire Channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So it's been a while since we've done a mashup of pop culture news, but here we are. So earlier today, we had the breaking news that Kelly Clarkson, the host of the Kelly Clarkson show and Our American Idol, her ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock, who we've talked about their tumultuous relationship and their divorce over the last few years, passed away. So according to TMZ, they report that Brandon Blackstock, Kelly Clarkson's ex-husband and former manager, has died. They confirmed. The statement reads, "It is with great sadness that we share the news that Brandon Blackstock has passed away. Brandon bravely battled cancer for more than 3 years. He passed away peacefully and was surrounded by family. We thank you for your thoughts and prayers and ask everyone to respect the family's privacy during this very difficult time." You may recall during the last year, a lot of people speculate that Kelly Clarkson and her absence from her daytime talk show had something to do with her wanting to quit the daytime talk show. Then there was a lot of speculation around the delay of her Las Vegas residency. So they said sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ that Blackstock was fighting melanoma, a serious form of skin cancer. We're told that Brandon passed away this morning just a few hours after battling the disease for 3.5 years. It was clear that Blackstock was dealing with a major health issue because Clarkson announced she was postponing her Las Vegas residency because of her ex-husband's health issues, explaining she needed to be with her children. People magazine broke the news of his death. As you also know, rumors had persisted over the last few months that she was going to leave the Kelly Clarkson show because of her numerous absences, though we've now confirmed that these were all connected to Blackstock's illness. Everyone on her staff knew about the illness, we're told, but they kept it to themselves out of respect for Kelly and Brandon's privacy. Blackstock and Clarkson met at a rehearsal, as you know, for the Academy of Country Music Awards back in 2006, though they didn't start dating until early 2012. You may recall we've covered their relationship before, especially during their divorce, that Reba McEntire actually introduced them. Reba McEntire was married to Brandon's father. And subsequently, Reba's divorce from the father was very tumultuous as well. They got engaged later that year and married in 2013. During their marriage, they welcomed 2 children together, and Clarkson said that Blackstock even convinced her to get into hosting her own talk show. Kelly filed for divorce in 2020, and it was finalized in March of 2022. Again, there was so much back and forth. He was wanting money from her. It ended up in Kelly's favor in the end, but it was very up and down when it comes to their divorce. Blackstock began his career with Starstruck Entertainment, his father's company, and he managed big acts like Blake Shelton and Rascal Flatts. Blackstock was 48 years old. Quite young. So rest in peace to him. At the end of the day, when these things happen, there are people, especially very young children, that are mourning this death. So let's get into some other news. Jason Lee, Hollywood Unlocked's founder and CEO, is coming under fire, and he's responding to the accusations that he misappropriated $50,000. Some of you don't even realize that Jason Lee is in politics. I do, but some of you didn't know that. So according to ABC 10, this came out like over 24 hours ago. They said Stockton Vice Mayor Jason Lee is at the center of a controversy over the city's use of $50,000 to prevent a comedy show's cancellation that featured him as a performer. They're talking about Wildin' Out. That emails obtained by ABC 10 show that the city of Stockton paid $50,000 to the Aventus Health Arena to help prevent the cancellation of a Wildin' Out show in May. The promoter asked the arena for $150,000 in support to keep the show going on, but the arena could only find $100,000. An arena official then asked City Hall for the extra $50,000. You're probably thinking nothing here, saying that a cancellation would deter future arena events and that it could hurt the city's economy, with at least 10 other events already having been canceled this year. Some of the controversy was brought up during an audit committee meeting Monday night at City Hall. In a quote, "This really whole week has been about a political witch hunt to prove somehow that the vice mayor conspired with the city staff to go into the bank accounts to give $50,000 to a brand that lost $170,000 on top of $50,000 of an approved fund that they had used in the past," Jason Lee said during the meeting. It was also an opportunity to silence the voice of staff who are bringing forth serious concerns with respect to internal controls that are out of control. So the emails also show that the interim city manager had asked the economic development director last week for clarification about the payment and raised questions about oversight and how the funds were used. A memo from Stockton's vice mayor, Jason Lee, called for an immediate legal response against the city's interim city manager amid several allegations. Lee sent the memo to the city attorney on July 31st. In it, he alleged interim city manager Steve Calagello was involved in retaliation against executive leadership staff, possible corruption, Brown Act violations, and disrupting city operations. ABC 10 is continuing to gather details on this situation and its fallout. So it should be noted that Jason's being accused of misappropriating these funds. However, he's saying that it's not true. He's also saying that he feels as if it is a witch hunt. Take a listen to the report from ABC News.
ABC 10's Gabriel Porras has the latest from Stockton.
That's right. We got those emails late this afternoon painting a picture of the latest controversy to grip Stockton City Hall. Those emails are between staff members here at City Hall and officials with the organization that operates the Adventist Health Arena just about a block away. In the emails, arena officials warned city staff members that the promoters of the comedy show Wild 'N Out were considering canceling their May event due to low ticket sales. This was just a day before the show was set to happen at the arena. The promoter asked the arena for $150,000 in support to keep the show going on, but the arena could only find $100,000. An arena official then asked City Hall for the extra $50,000, saying that a cancellation could deter future arena events and that it could hurt the city's economy, with at least 10 other events already having been canceled this year. The city's economic development director found the money in the city's risk mitigation.
Pause. I do want to read the email to you guys. So this email, apparently, allegedly, I'll say, is from Jason Lee. It says, "Hey, Gene, great chatting with you briefly, and thank you for the kind words shared about me with the city, Tina. I let Tina know that when the vice mayor called you regarding the show coming to Stockton, he recognized that we are a smaller market and thought the city might be able to offer up some financial support to show their appreciation. You have connections in high places, my friend, for this is the first for me." He says, "Okay, so in talking with Tina, I explained our deal structure with you and stated that it was one you and Rip were very pleased with. So she wanted more insight to understand it, as she is not in this line of the business. What she said she could make happen is to, quote, bonus you 10% of the revenue share we, the venue, provide you from net F&B and ticket rebates. They will have us add this back in through the settlement process. If you are in support of this, heck, it is free money. Let me know and I will advise Tina and she can connect you with the VM on this. Jason."
Fun and offered it up. The particular event at the arena involved the vice mayor, Jason Lee, who said he helped bring it to Stockton. Some of this controversy was brought up during an audit committee meeting tonight here at City Hall. Take a listen.
This really whole week has been about a political witch hunt to prove somehow that the vice mayor conspired with city staff to go in the bank accounts to give $50,000 to a brand that lost $170,000 on top of the $50,000 in an approved fund that they have used in the past.
We do know that the funding had caught the attention of the interim city manager just last week. Records show he sent an email to the economic development director asking for clarification and raising questions about oversight and how the money was used. We are still gathering information about all of this, including the fallout from it.
Look, as someone that has done touring and is in the middle of doing a tour, these things, when it comes to promoting shows and trying to get shows and why certain cities will invest in bringing that show to a location or whatever, it can get complicated. And I know some of us are probably just confused at what happened here. My thing is, in order to use these types of funds, they have to be approved. Someone had to approve this in order for this to happen. However, that doesn't say that funds don't get misused. God only knows what's happening here in our own New York City when it comes to funds with the crooked mayor that we have. However, we will have to wait and see. I think this was a story that was important to follow because some people don't even know that Jason Lee was involved in politics. You only probably know him for being messy on Wild 'N Out or his own blog. But ABC wants to let you know who exactly is. In 2015, Jason Lee broke into the entertainment business, founding Hollywood Unlocked, an entertainment news media outlet that focuses on a mix of pop culture and politics. He expanded in the industry, launching The Jason Lee Show in 2023, where he discusses pop culture with celebrity guests. In 2023, Lee announced that he was running for Stockton's 6th district, which covers areas of South Stockton. He focused his campaign on public safety issues, economic inequality, and expanding access to youth programs, according to his bio. Look, I wasn't sure when Jason decided to get into politics. I was like, okay, why exactly? What's the motivation here? But it seemed as if his motivation was to help his community, being from Stockton. This story coming up, though, made me go, this is not good. But that's the thing. When getting involved in politics, you have to also make sure that you are crossing your T's and dotting your I's, because one slight mess up, especially as a Black person, they're ready to come get you. Just saying. According to Jason Lee, he's claiming that this is a witch hunt. When we have the president that we have, I'm just saying, like, we have a felon as the president of the United States. So I always say that the fish stinks at the head. When you start seeing things, and I'm not saying this is of Jason, but I'm just saying in general, when the president has questionable behavior and history, please understand that's just going to trickle down throughout our local offices, but also our federal offices. I'll leave that there. Guys, I want to know your thoughts on the breaking news that Kelly Clarkson's ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock, has passed away, and Jason Lee is being accused of misappropriating $50,000 of city funds. Let's continue this conversation there. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
Here we go now.